Turn it up, here we go. You've been waiting all week. Now you know the time has come. We're taking the floor. Strap in tight, we're ready for more. It's 11 o'clock time to bring it. The big show's here. You know we're gonna win it. Game day fever, feel it in your bones. We're cranking it loud through your headphones. Marcus steps up, breaking it down. Josh has got the fire, wearing the crown. Johnny brings the heat, never backs away. Maniac lives up to the Navy display. M3's in the mix, tripling the thrill. 5 voices strong, bending your will.
That load off.
Another one.
Yo, welcome to the Big College Football Show at 11, at 10:45, at 6 o'clock. It don't matter what time. Just know we here for you, the people. So, I am Johnny Olden Jr. I'm going to let my brothers here introduce themselves, and then we're going to get it rocking, you know. Let's get into it. Go ahead, Josh.
May the church say IOOH.
What just
It's your boy, the Buckeye fan from a house divided, one half of a house divided. Ready to
You
talk
gotta stop
some
letting him talk
playoff
so much.
That's crazy. Ready to talk some playoff talk. Ready to talk. You know what? Ready to talk everything, man. I'm ready. Let's go.
Maniac?
Hold on. Just go to Marcus. Hold on.
Go ahead. Marcus.
What's going on? It's the other half of House Divided. Your resident Michigan fan, Marcus. Of course, we got to get into it all. But also some perspective talk for the Michigan program as well. Not just doom and gloom. So a lot to discuss. Thanks for joining us tonight.
He just walks away right on his intro.
Well, Maniac, you know, it's him, the Maniac. But
Maniac.
also we got M3 should be joining us a little bit later. So without further ado, I mean, let's just get into it. We got Michigan. Most of us are Michigan fans, and we know it's a lot of turmoil going on with our former coach, Sherrone Moore, and we're trying to find a new coach. You know, so what you got, Marcus? I'm gonna lead the floor. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Oh man, what a fucking week. What a week. Man. So to get the obvious out of the way, right? It's extremely disappointing because it's one thing to lose the gig. Right? That's tough. That's tough. 2 years in, handpicked, replacement, all the jazz or whatever. It's tough losing the gig. It's a whole nother thing to implode everything else that's outside of the gig in one fell swoop. And that's just kind of what we witnessed. He's probably, I mean, I don't think it's crazy to say he might not ever coach in college football again. Definitely not as a head coach. Most certainly not at a Power 5 position. If it would ever happen again, it would start at probably a mid-major and, you know, just kind of see where it goes from there. Interesting thing is, when I say that, now I have names popping up in my head that have done well. Nah, it's the after part. The thing that really sticks here is the aftermath, is what came after, right? When you talk about what led to his firing, yeah, man, I mean, I can line up guys who are still coaching who have worse who have worse things going on. It was the reaction after, you know, going to the girl's house and breaking into her house. And so the one thing I wanted to make a point of clarification on, because I did watch the arraignment and I did hear the prosecutor speak. There was a lot of talk about how he threatened the girl, how he threatened the individual that he's alleged to have this affair with. Out of the prosecutor's mouth, he breaks in, he goes to the drawer to grab butter knives and scissors and threatens his life. Then he says some, and I quote, some threatening things to her. I don't think it was ever asserted that he was trying to end her life. I think it was a suicidal situation. Not that that makes it better, not that that makes it lawful, but there's so much going around right now about this situation, about this individual that may or may not even be true. People are not taking the time to verify sources on this thing. Some people are doing that purposefully. Some outlets are doing that purposefully. Some, I can't even call them outlets. Some individuals are doing that purposely. And I think it's already come back to bite him in the ass at one point. But that's kind of secondary to everything that's going on right now with him. He gave, whether you feel like he deserves what he's getting right now, or you feel like he was, done wrong by the university. Oh, they could have covered this up. And what is the girl's motive? Whatever you feel about the situation, you have to be honest about the fact that Sherrone Moore handed his life and career over to whoever wished him ill on a silver platter. He handed it to him with a mountain of circumstantial evidence, which is going to sway public opinion like that. So I'm mystified by the amount of lack of attention to anything this man showed in regard to this situation in particular, and how quickly he slid into despair after. It's sad to watch. It's sad to see. He's got a family, right? You obviously don't want that to be, damn, at Christmas time, dog. Like, he has young kids, and they're not going to have their dad at home for Christmas. That's probably not going to have him home for a long time. And that's a reality that hits home personally. So like I can feel the trauma around this situation for sure. But for me, I can't escape this like nagging feeling of what the fuck were you even thinking? I'm not so pious that I can't understand an affair, but the way you went about it suggested that you just didn't really care who saw or knew or would find out. So just a continually confusing situation. You hate to see anybody like go through a situation like that. You hate for them to result to the actions that he chose to take, because it puts a lot of people who supported you and wish you well even after the firing in the damnedest position trying to support you, because how do you defend that?
Got you.
Yeah, crazy.
Maniac, what you got, bro? What you got? Whether it's Sherrone or the head coaching, it's your world.
You're muted.
You muted, Maniac.
Let me get a second round on the head coaching thing, but y'all go first. I want to talk about the coach.
He was Sherrone put it upon himself. It's no one to blame but himself. Nobody did it. But listen, that type of shit happens every day at a job. I don't know where everyone works. I work at a hospital. This shit is normal behavior. This happens. The married man cheats on his wife. The married woman cheats on her husband. Somebody crashes out. It's regular shit, man. And listen, he, unfortunately, is an unfortunate situation that on top of that, apparently he has some kind of mental issues. So that shit is not good. That's not a good that's always a recipe for disaster in a situation like this.
That's
Because he understands his career. He pretty much just threw it down the drain. And on top of that, it's not only his career, it's his family. He's a married man with 3 children. And he has family, like that's someone's brother, that's someone's son. So, at the end of the day, he has only himself to blame. It is what it is when it comes to that part. But what I don't like, this is the part I don't like. The part showing him being arraigned and the video being out. We didn't see that with Kirk Barton. Why Kirk Barton we didn't see that. He killed somebody. He's a known alcoholic. Oh, but maniac, it's not different. It's not different. You understand? And it's never fair across the board. You understand? Like I said, everything he did, he deserved to be locked up. But I'm saying after that. And after that, all that shit is gossip. That's the problem. Buckeye Scoop, Spiro, a lot of OSU fans are gossipers. That's for the bitches. That's what bitches do. They gossip. I'm talking football. That's it. He got fired. Get your jokes in. Again, he put it upon himself. But anything after that, bro, I don't give a fuck about any investigation, who he was fucking. You worry about where the next man putting his meat at? You a weird dude, bro. If you want to know that badly, you a weird dude. I don't give a fuck who anybody fucking. You understand? So don't putting him there knowing he got mental issues and dragging him through the mud is some coward shit. And there was a lot of OSU fans, making fun of that part. That part, like, come on, bro. Like, we be wrong. Didn't your head coach father kill himself because of mental issues? But we be wrong and we go and slander your coach's dead father, right? Oh, right? Oh, you're going too far. Nah, bro, same shit. I mean, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to play with no one's dead relative. But I'm just saying how it is when it comes to this rivalry. It's always okay for the OSU fans to pass the line, to draw the line. When Michigan fans do it, it's a problem. Y'all cry. Y'all want to fucking press charges. Man, it's just corny. But anyway, it's done. It's done. That's it. He's not the coach of Michigan. It doesn't matter no more. You want to keep hearing about this? Go to Spiro, go to Buckeye Scoop. They've been doing the show for like 97 hours straight. That's gossip, bro. You want to worry about all the fucking women he's having sex with? Who gives a fuck? Your father probably cheated on your mother. Some of y'all. Your mother probably cheated on your father. Hey, I'm just calling it like it is. We know shit is real. So let's stop acting like this shit is, oh my God, this is a scandal, bro. Ain't no fucking scandal. It's just a dude that fell for the punani. And that was Sherrone. And again, this falls on him. He put this upon himself. My issue is after that, bro, dragging the man, showing him and his fucking cuffs and speak the judge speaking to him. I didn't see that with Kirk Barton. Why is that, though? Kirk Barton killed somebody. And he already had a history of fucking drinking DUIs. But nah. Hey, have some empathy for his family. You gotta have empathy. This is bigger than the rivalry. Yes, when it's fucking Michigan. It's always bigger than the rivalry. When it's Ohio State. When it's Michigan, we gonna joke on you. All right. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But look, it is, like I said, we got to move on. Michigan has to find the coach, and they have to do it fast. And I guess we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll circle back to the head coach and stuff. We'll just circle back. Cool. Go ahead, Josh.
All right. First of all, I'm of the belief that a person put in a position like a head coaching position for one of the biggest programs in the state is fucking. I just believe that, right? Nick Saban, Lane Kiffin, Ryan Day, maybe even, they're fucking, right? When they're ahead of a program as big as some of these programs, they're fucking, right? I just assume it. I don't know it to be true. I just assume it, right? The problem here is, like Marcus said, everything fucking afterwards, right? Well, first of all, I do feel for the family as well, because the family didn't deserve to have to go through that. If Sherrone Moore didn't have a conversation with his wife about what would come with being in this position and all that shit, and clearly she didn't understand. I mean, do we have confirmation that they're leaving? I don't think she understood the situation. So
Who knows?
because of that, I feel for the family. They don't deserve to go through any of this. So that's that, right? We know what the situation is. It is what it is. I do agree with Maniac to a certain point. I believe both sides are corny when it comes to this shit, right? I believe that Ohio State fans, Michigan State fans who are posting the arraignment and shit like that, like, let's keep it football. I don't give a fuck about his arraignment and all that shit. I don't care. He got fired. Let's laugh about who they're going to bring in as a coach, because they fired their coach so late at this point that who are they going to get, right? Let's laugh about that. I don't give a fuck about the arraignment. At the same time, Michigan fans are also corny for, in this situation specifically, trying to compare it to everything Ohio State. That's corny as well, right? If we're going to call one thing corny, both things are corny. That's how I feel about that. Last thing, again, whoever y'all get for your coach at this point is laughing.
What you laughing
We ain't
at?
there yet. We ain't there yet.
To get at this point.
We not
We're
there
gonna
yet.
circle back to the coaching. We're gonna circle back to the coaching.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just gonna say
Ohio
that part.
State fans, they
There's
got problems.
nobody that you're gonna get
following
at this point that
directions.
concerns me. Just saying.
What up, M3? We talking about Sherrone, and then we gonna go to coach. You the last one, so you can go into.
I thought we said 6:30.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nah, cuz.
I scheduled it for
time in a
6,
row.
and everybody was waiting.
All right. So I've talked about this to nauseum. I come to you today as Sherrone's PNCC. For those who don't know what that is Sherrone's post-nut clarity consciousness. And pause. And we are as baffled as anyone, bro. I thought once you had that clarity, everybody on the panel knows that clarity, right? When you do something you're not necessarily supposed to do, but you have a good time. But I'm talking about immediately afterwards. You like, yo, what was I thinking about, right? And that didn't happen for Sherrone because he kept doing it over and over and over again, apparently. That said, I too am tired of talking about it. I disagree though with the other fans like being able to run with this, because once the hammer didn't drop, we ran with that. Once your man hit the and tragically killed someone, we didn't necessarily on my channel like run with it, but we definitely said something about it. So as fans, and this is what trolling is, bro. Like, I'm not gonna stop anybody or be mad at anybody for trolling. It is what it is, bro. This is you get an upper hand in any way it is. Take advantage of it. I don't care. That said, you have to understand that these are real people involved. Like, he has children, he has a wife. Now, again, I'm gonna say something that maybe a lot of Michigan fans don't want to hear. A lot of people don't want to hear. It's Sherrone's responsibility to take care of his family and his wife, and to make sure that they're not embarrassed, and to make sure that they're not the laughing stock of the nation. Not mine, not anybody else's. I can't be up here policing what people say about Sherrone, because Sherrone didn't give a shit. So why should I? So that's where I stand on it. It is what it is. If you want to make fun of Sherrone, feel free to do so. I'm not going to do so anymore, but you can do your thing.
Got you.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Let me ask this. Is it a fucked up situation? What happened?
Yeah.
All right. So if Sherrone worked in Walmart, he was a nobody and did this, would anybody care?
No.
So it's not a fucked up situation. It's an unfortunate situation. But anyway, let's move on.
Yeah. My thoughts on it is, it's just disappointing, because when this is my thing, we know all this type of stuff goes on and everything, but it's just the because I look at, I'm not big on this speculation, and I don't like to even talk about a lot of stuff because it just don't interest me. I like to talk sports, like Maniac said. I like to talk football, X's and O's. That's my forte. But it just bothers me because you got a position that you honestly probably didn't deserve. You kind of lucked up into it, and these young men, yeah, some of them making money, but they go into these colleges to try to make it to the NFL. That's everybody's goal, is to make it to the NFL. And the fact that you're not pouring into these dudes, and I don't want to hear no pause on this one. Now, no pause. You're not pouring into these dudes. You're not helping them. You worried about other things, bro. When these dudes' livelihood, when you're a young man and you trying to make it to the top of sports, your margin for error, those years, every year matters. And the fact that you weren't taking it serious almost, that bothers me, because those parents and those kids, they sending them kids to you I'm trusting you with my kid's future pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And that's what bothers me. The coaching part of it, the leadership part of it, that it's just like, whatever. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? It bothers, that type of stuff bothers me. But let's move on. Who's going to be Michigan's coach? Now we got Josh. Chill out, bro.
I don't get what the laughter is about. I don't get what the laughter is about.
Hilarious. The worst timing to fire your coach.
Ohio State fans are laughing, but we just fired our coach. It ain't even been 72 hours, I don't think. Maybe, if that, about 2.5 days.
Not even that. Listen to the names that have been thrown around. All the names that are thrown around are guys who are at established Power 5 spots that other coaches would kill for. Some guys who just got extended. So I don't really understand what the laughter is about. In this short amount of time, we done got betting odds on Kalen DeBoer, Kenny Dillingham, and Jed Fish.
You're getting Brian
Kelly.
I'm not saying
I don't know who we're gonna get. I'm telling you who's on the table within 72 hours. So I don't really get what the laughter is. I think that if this proves anything, it just proves that it's a premier job to have.
Well, no. We already knew it was a premier job to have. I'll agree to that. I'm laughing because even in that list, I'm not afraid of any of them. And then you're not getting.
Well, this is not a who do we get to beat Ohio State conversation. This
Brian Kelly.
We're not getting Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly.
So anywho, to talk about our options here, right? DeBoer, Dillingham, Minter's in an interesting spot. Number one, at this point, I feel like we should go to a guy who's already running a program as a head coach. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but just seeing how it kind of takes guys who have never run a team, either a lower position to cut their teeth, or a season to get acclimated to what the real demands of being the head guy are. I don't think we have that. We don't have that type of delay to take right now. So I feel like that's what's pushing DeBoer and Dillingham above him. Also, I don't know if Jesse Minter wants to work for Ward Manuel. And maybe Ward's just in there to make this next hire so he can have a more graceful exit than being fired off the back of your head football coach being fired. I will say this about Ward Manuel. No, he gets a lot of shit. And I mean, when you have these type of scandals going on under your nose, it's usually going to blow back on you. What do you want your athletic director to do? Panel, what you want him to do? What do you want from your athletic director? I want wins. I want you to win at the highest level. Hockey, baseball, football, basketball. Basketball look like they about to win a natty this year. So if it's a Jesse Minter or Ward Manuel choice, I know where we would land as football fans. He's got a strong deck in that argument. Plus, Jesse is still attached to the prior regime that they're trying to put separation in between right now. So I think that's where Jesse is he's falling out of a lot of people's mind when we're talking about who's up there. In between Dillingham and DeBoer, DeBoer feels like a guy we can trust to at least keep the level that we're at right now, maybe even better. Dillingham, there's still a question to me about. All right, he was the OC at. Was it Bama or Georgia? Where was he at? Somewhere in the South. Kenny Dillingham. Where was he at OC at before he went to Arizona State?
I'm not sure.
Oregon.
Was it Oregon? Okay, cool. So he's out there with Lanning in Oregon, doing his thing at Arizona State. I don't know if that's enough for me personally, but he is a hot name. I like his temperament. I like how he gets his guys up to play. I think you hand him better talent and he could be successful. But again, he's another young guy, mid-30s, with fleeting success at a smaller program. You know, we've seen that before. We've seen the Scott Frost. We've seen the Matt Rules. Oh, he wins everywhere he goes, gets to Nebraska, and it is what it is. You know, Jonathan Smith. Look how he rebuilt Oregon State. He's already gone. They already kicked him out of Lansing. Well, but we can't make that type of choice. We can't say, oh, well, he's the young, hot, new sports car. Yeah, let's go get the Tesla truck. I don't know if the Tesla truck is for Ann Arbor. You might just want to go get that F-150 that you know is going to get you where you need to go. And that's what feels like we're choosing between the sporty 21st century car or like the pickup that's going to get you from point A to point B. I would much rather lean on the pickup because that pickup has lost 2 games this season. Was a good team, but probably underachieved last season. But the season before that, he was in the national championship. So I'm leaning DeBoer. Not mad at Dillingham. My first pick would probably be DeBoer at this point.
Got you. Maniac, what you got? You muted.
Dillingham is out. We got you, chat. We hear you. He's not coming. Nobody's coming to Michigan, and they're not going to have a coach. They're going to be coachless. So there you have it. That's what's going to happen. Because Ohio State fans, they know everything. So no one wants to come to Michigan. It's a top 90 job. Nobody's coming. Nobody wants to coach here. So
I don't think they've offered him yet. I don't think they've officially offered him yet. I think they've been talking to his agent. But if they
he's not coming. He's not coming, Marcus. They know everything. They know everything. Ohio State fans know everything. He's not coming. That's
supposedly they're already working on a contract for him. But
but he's not coming. He's not coming. He signed 42 years with Arizona State. He signed 42 years. He signed 42 years. Everybody signed 80 years. No, I'm telling you, it's nobody's coaching. Michigan ain't gonna have a football team next year. So there you have it, guys.
They said the same shit about us when Harbaugh left to go to the NFL. Oh, they're drafting up a contract for him now. He's going to be extended. He's coming back to Michigan. Oh, we're going to Los Angeles.
Yeah, y'all know everything, Chris. And clip this too in the beginning. Clip that, Mr. Clipper.
What up, Mr. What up, dog?
Got it here. Y'all know everything. Y'all know everything. Y'all knew the hammer was coming. Y'all knew everything. Y'all don't know shit. Y'all was going to be Indiana. Y'all fucking lost. Fuck out of here.
Who next? Maze, you ready?
Yeah. So I agree with Marcus. I would rather have DeBoer over Dillingham at this point. To me, Dillingham has proved nothing. Sure, he made the playoff.
Real quick, let me just somebody said Dilly is Rich Rod 2.0. I get that vibe more from DeBoer being Rich Rod 2.0. What you think?
I think Dillingham's the more flash of the pan in between those.
Yeah. I think it's more Dillingham. Dillingham has a greater chance to be Rich Rod than DeBoer to me. DeBoer took Washington. How many games Washington was trash. He got there, and they were in the national championship game. He beat Dan Lanning, stuffed Dan Lanning in a locker twice in the same season, head first. Then he went. Michigan and Jim Harbaugh retired the GOAT, and he took over for the GOAT, which is going. The person who took that job was already going to be public enemy number one in Alabama because you cannot live up to the GOAT.
This man just said
Period.
U of M's a group of 5.
Yeah, it's all right.
XL.
He's mad. He's mad. Ohio State will never be Michigan. Fuck out of
Put
here.
him in timeout.
So like, you take that. He was already behind the 8 ball there. And now and he still, was on the verge of making the playoffs year one, right? A lot of people thought that they were a playoff team. Michigan handled them in that bowl game, but that's another story. By the way, giving Kalen DeBoer 2 losses from Michigan in the same calendar year too, but I digress. Then this year they are a playoff team. Whether or not you agree with them being in the playoffs, which I don't, but they're a playoff team, right? And he's going to be coaching in a playoff game. A playoff game, by the way, he has a good chance of winning. I know they lost to Oklahoma last year and this year, but Oklahoma isn't exactly setting the world on fire, especially on offense, right? And by the way, I said this on the show that we did. If he beats Oklahoma, I favor them over Indiana. I'm sorry. Sue me. That said, I think he's a better choice right now. He's a bigger name. He's coming from a bigger program. That will help the roster stay together more so than Dillingham, in my opinion. Dillingham made the playoff last year. Yes, he had a veteran Scatterboo who was incredible.
You know what I do like about Dilly though, real quick, is the fact that he knew he had a dog and he fed that dog. I like that. Mm-hmm. Feed that dog, Scatterboo. That's all you got. Feed him.
That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, I mean, I just think he has a greater chance to end up being Rich Rod because this year they had expectation, and he didn't live up to it. They didn't live up to it, quite honestly. But
quarterback injury, well, be fair, they had quarterback injury.
I mean, you play football, bro. Injuries happen. We went out
you
there.
Don't like Dilly Mays?
It's not that I don't like him. I think I would be behind a Dillingham hire. You telling me to parse between the two of them, and I think one of them's resume is a lot better than the other.
Got you. Josh.
Don't ask him who he wants to be our coach.
He's up here.
Well, no. I'm gonna tell you who I want. Brian Kelly is the perfect coach for y'all. Okay. So I can hate Brian Kelly and Michigan together all at once. It's perfect. Make it happen. Now, DeBoer is not coming because Alabama's a better coaching job than Michigan. First of all,
bullshit.
It is. It absolutely is. 1,000%.
Remove Nick Saban tenure from Alabama.
You shouldn't even want DeBoer. You shouldn't even want DeBoer, right? Just from a toughness standpoint, getting his team ready standpoint, you shouldn't even want him. Second of all, the job is better. The Alabama job is a better job than the Michigan job. It just is.
Since when?
I'm about to say, on what planet?
What y'all don't forget is, all right, what was Alabama before Nick Saban?
Bear Bryant.
But we're after Nick Saban now.
Thank you. So it just recently it just became a better job, not by much. Michigan has better resources, has a better university, better academics, better city, more money. In fact, Michigan will fucking buy Alabama and turn that shit into a Home Depot and fucking give everything out for free to everybody out there. Fuck out of there.
Hold on. Spend on anything besides Bryce Underwood.
Not sure, because
what are we even talking about?
Nick Saban effect on Alabama is massive, bro. And they are positioned in a better place geographically than Michigan.
That doesn't matter anymore. NIL neutralizes that.
And why?
They done.
What are we even talking about?
Done. Alabama's done.
They're done. He already increased the value of the job. It's there, right? We don't get to say, what if Nick Saban wasn't there?
Job based on what Saban did?
The value is there.
That's fine. But let's just go back 2 years.
Turn that shit into a Home Depot is crazy.
Let's just go back 2 years now.
Telling you, fucking Michigan, better job. They ain't got nothing better right now. We speaking now, not the past. We speaking right now.
Team they are right now. What are we?
All right, 2 years ago, national championship. Harbaugh leaves to go to the NFL, right?
Alabama's a better job. In the 90s,
Where-
nobody give a fuck
Hold
about
on, bruh.
Alabama.
Hold on.
They're a better team than y'all right now.
Shut up.
All right, go ahead.
Michigan
Barely.
never,
Barely.
never-
exactly.
if Michigan
in
never
the
hires
game.
Sherrone Moore, if Michigan never hires Sherrone Moore in 2023 after Jim Harbaugh goes to the NFL, where does the board try to get his job first? Alabama or Michigan? Kalen DeBoer had interest in the Michigan job 2 years ago. So now all of a sudden he's at a better position at his second option.
So he's going to go to a Michigan team that hasn't made the playoffs versus the team that he's currently at that are already
What are
in
you
the
talking
playoffs.
about? Hasn't made the playoffs. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
we gotta cool it on this. Hasn't made the playoffs.
What are you
talk,
talking
bro.
about? What do you mean?
He's going to
hasn't
go
made
to
the playoffs?
Michigan. He's going to go to Michigan.
Right.
You haven't made the playoffs this year, currently, right now. He's going to go to Michigan, where y'all haven't made the playoffs, versus a team that he already has right now that did make the playoffs.
Okay. Hold right there. Hold right there. Josh, how many losses does Alabama have?
3,
How many losses does Michigan have?
2,
3.
3.
or
3.
3. My fault.
They have as many losses as we do. They barely slid into the
One
playoffs.
of those was in a
If you are
conference
assessing the
championship.
rosters, if you're assessing the teams, we were separated by one game. One
The
dub.
game,
One
was a
dub.
conference championship, and they already beat that team.
Right.
in
If
the
we
regular
would have won our game versus you at the end of the season, we would have been in the conference championship, right?
And we know Alabama should have never been in the playoff.
We wouldn't,
They got
though.
clothesline
build
in the
Alabama
championship
into a big
game. Not
bag.
even remotely competitive.
But
trying
we
to
wouldn't
build
have been in
Alabama
the.
into
We
this
wouldn't have been in the
big bad
playoff.
bully.
If we
Like,
beat
it's
Ohio
not-
State.
No, I'm not. No,
It
I'm
is.
not. I'm just saying, as of right now, it's better. And why would he leave a situation to go to a situation that's
It's
not
a game better. It's a
definitively
game better.
better?
They wanted his ass out of there. They probably will be talking about him being fired had he lost the Iron Bowl, and he almost lost the Iron Bowl. What the fuck are we talking about?
does not
Better
count.
how?
Almost does not count. It does not count, right? Almost and it's do not count here.
If I was
talking
going
about
to make
what's
a
actually
strong,
happened.
if I was going to make that strong of a decision, saying, "Oh, they're clearly better than you," I would want more than one game to make that determination. I wouldn't be
Leave
sitting
the
all of that.
situation he's
Oh, they're
already
clearly better than
currently
you
at.
because they're 10-3 and you're 9-3.
To
Clearly
leave
a better
the
program.
situation he's already at right now.
So,
He's already
hold on.
there with a better
Hold on.
team currently. What are we even talking about?
All right, so all right. So we're gonna agree to disagree, but go ahead. Just go ahead, finish.
Now, Dillingham is also not coming there, right? Not okay. I won't even say not coming there.
Why?
Apparently,
Can you
I know
provide
everything.
something other than just saying, "Oh, he's
No,
not
because
coming"?
they all OSU fans, bro. They know
Likely
everything.
Not coming there.
They know
He's likely
everything.
not coming there. Arizona State is probably going to give him a better contract. He's probably going to get a raise because of y'all, and he's
He
already
didn't say
an
he
Arizona
wasn't
State
coming.
guy. He's already an Arizona State guy. That's his alma mater.
Yeah.
And so he's going to end his career at Arizona
likely-
State. His career
likely-
ambitions was
Likely
to
not
retire
going
at
to
Arizona
leave
State.
Michigan in this situation. Likely not going to leave in this situation. Am I saying for sure not? No. Likely not going to leave. So then what does that leave y'all with? Jesse Minter, maybe? I'm not even afraid of Jesse Minter, right? We're just going to get
Oh,
Sherrone Moore
please.
2.0.
Yeah, now you just talking. Why wouldn't you be afraid of Jesse Minter? What did you ever do against Jesse Minter that would make you so confident
You
against Jesse
already
Minter?
got Wink Martindale who does the same defense. Why would I
I'm
be
not talking about Wink Martindale. What did your team ever do against Jesse Minter that would even give you an ounce of confidence?
Minter wasn't even the head coach.
Right. I'm going to ask you the
Why
same
should I be
question
afraid
again.
as
What
a
did
head coach? Why
your
should I be
team
afraid
do
of Jesse
against Jesse Minter
Why
that
should
would
I
give
be
you
afraid
so
of
much
Jesse Minter as a head
confidence
coach? I don't know what he's
that
going to
you're
do.
not afraid of him?
Why would I ever be afraid of somebody that I don't even know what he can do as a head coach? Why would I
Well,
be afraid?
you know that he can shut down your offense pretty proficiently. He can hold
did
you
it.
under 20 points
did it.
2 years in a
Maybe
row.
Once?
Hold
Maybe
on.
twice.
Hold on, Josh.
How-
Hold on. David Elliott Miller. What is the obsession with having a buck, whatever, on M podcast? This is a big, the title is The Big College Football Show. Josh is a part of the show. If you don't like it,
Yo,
Let's
Hold
be
on.
real. Chad don't like me right now
this
because
man
I'm
is a
telling him
part
what
of
it
the
is.
show. I'm not just,
Y'all don't
I'm
have
just
this
bringing him up.
wide. You don't have this wide coaching tree that you can just pull from right now. You don't. We all know that y'all had to fire y'all coach, but we all know y'all did it at a inopportune time for y'all. I'm not telling y'all anything crazy.
As far as the college schedule, it was probably the best time to do it. It's before the portal opens. It's after National Signing Day. They literally have to stay in place while we find a new coach. It is the most opportune time to find a new coach if you had to do so. We didn't want it to happen. We didn't want it to happen. But in terms of the schedule, how it's set up right now, we're in the middle of the portal starting, and we're after National Signing Day. If they'd have done this 2 weeks ago, there'd have been more options, but we'd have definitely lost more players out of the class.
Did I say it was the worst time? No, I said it was a inopportune time because literally everybody else already got jobs already. It's inopportune.
I don't think that matters when you are touting one of the best college football positions that exist is the head coaching job at Michigan. I don't think that matters. We're talking to hired coaches. We're talking to hired coaches. We're not talking to nobody who's sitting on the bench like Brian Kelly. We're talking to hired coaches. I don't think that the expectation is everybody's going to shut the door. Now they still could, but the fact that they're swinging where they're swinging right now should let you know that they're probably either had already started these talks or are very confident about where they're going.
So why is your ceiling DeBoer and Dillingham if you're going after already currently hired coaches?
Who else would you prefer?
Who are we supposed to go after?
I'm just saying, you're talking to hired coaches. At that point, your ceiling can go as high as you want it to be, right?
So we should call Ryan and see if he want to change colors.
I'm just saying you can go. Well, first of all, do you believe that Ryan Day is the only option in that situation?
No, but I'm saying what we should start calling Kirby Smart and Ryan Day and Kurt Cignetti. And
can I ask you this? Is there literally Kalen DeBoer and Kenny Dillingham as far as hired coaches at the top? Is that them at the top?
I would say those two, probably Jet Fish is next up after that.
I don't think that's the top. And I could exclude Ryan Day out of it. And maybe
tell us who the top is then. Who's the top?
Yeah, tell us.
No. Cignetti already signed a contract. There's plenty of other. Y'all don't believe that there's other coaches?
Name them, though.
No, but who is the top?
Dabo
Give it to me.
Dabo Sweeney's the top
no more in this era.
Coach O. Oh, he obviously doesn't have a job. There's plenty of coaches that are better than Dillingham.
Sitting on the bench. Yeah, he's sitting on the bench.
Dillingham didn't even win his conference. Like, there's a top that I feel like y'all are not even.
Yeah, but you haven't named anybody that no.
Cignetti's the only name that you've given so far.
What
that
are you talking?
would be
Cignetti, Ryan Day, Kirby Smart.
My question:
those are the top. Those three are the top.
That anymore. Dabo isn't that anymore.
My question is only if you're going after hired coaches, why are you limiting yourself? There's literally playoff teams.
Okay.
Right? Why are y'all not going after literally anybody else? Sark is better than some of those names we already mentioned. Dillingham?
Sark, you would take Sark over DeBoer?
Maybe not DeBoer.
Sark's
but
not
Dillingham
right now.
And then Mentor, maybe.
I'm not saying that we have the pool to pull somebody out of the best situation, right? You talk about Georgia and Texas. Those are the two top teams in the SEC for me in terms of job, in terms of position. You want to talk about geographical area. Austin, Texas is probably the best geographically.
Lincoln
Marcus Freeman got eyes on the NFL. He's want to go to the Giants.
I'm just saying.
We want to land somebody. I'm not saying that we wouldn't ask, but you want to have it be realistic.
All I'm saying is I would think that it would stop at Kenny Dillingham. That's
Marcus Freeman's a good name, but he's also a Buckeye who I'm sure has ultimately wants to coach the Buckeyes at some point.
Exactly. And I'm gonna say this
regardless who Michigan hires, that coach has a lot on their plate. Because I think what's really the problem here is not taking over Michigan. It's a phenomenal job, top job in the country. It's what comes after that. Sherrone Moore didn't get fired just for lackluster coaching. He got fired because he had inappropriate relations with a staffer, right? Now, by it, a lot of Michigan fans wanted him out because it just didn't look right. Still win 9-3, right? 8 wins his first season, 9 wins his second. The question is, if you're a coach right now, you see what's going on in Michigan, right? We got to address the elephant in the room. We know We just finished a scandal in July. The haters was sick. They thought this hammer was dropping. But then less than 4 or 5 months later, your coach gets fired for what he did. And it was what he did after that. We know. So whoever comes in has to clean that up. That falls on you. This is hey, here's the keys to the crib. You gotta clean this. I didn't throw this party in this house. You gotta clean it. We gonna pay you good. So, some people are not ready for that kind of smoke, right? If it was just Sherrone went 6-6 and it's like, yo, get up out of here. The coach is here. He's just not the guy for the position. Now this job comes with just a little more baggage than normal coaching jobs does. So, I think that's also something that a lot of coaches is like, do I really want to jump in that water right now? Because, and someone is because it's Michigan and the money's going to be there. At the end of the day, the number one motivation in this world is money, right? Why we take certain jobs? Because of money, positions, money. So it's going to happen. But whoever it be, we need to make sure he comes in and runs a tightrope, bro, military style. I don't care if the players don't like him. As long as we winning is what matters. And you shouldn't really need to like your coach. You just play for him and you win. As long as he knows how to make you guys better every day, he gets you to the next level. That's all you should care about. That's all you should care about. And that's that. So we'll see what it is. We could go back and forth for hours. Him. We don't know. But soon we will find out. Probably next week.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly, baby.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and the thing is,
Coach Franklin,
you got to look at this stuff. You got to look at this stuff in a different way. Who are the coaches? Kirby, he's not going to leave Georgia.
Also, that's not the guy to clean up your program.
I'm just laying it. I'm laying this out here, and then we just moving on. Texas, Sark at Texas, one of the best programs with Arch, who finally started to look good this year. When you talk about some of these coaches, it's not even a thought because they're already at an established program. Now, if you've got a coach that's been at a program, like let's say Brian Kelly, when he left to go to LSU, Brian Kelly had been at Notre Dame for a while, been to a national championship and lost. So now it's time for him. Okay, I've taken Notre Dame as far as I can go. Now I'm going to leave. Some of these coaches, they haven't even been at their destination that long. So it's not about just, the Michigan job isn't what I think it is. No, I just got here. Do I like Michigan more than Alabama? Maybe not. But I also just got here. I got to uproot my family and move to Ann Arbor now. There's so many different things that go into this. You could have him. He could just be waiting to lose this game, and then he comes to Ann Arbor. Like, that's the job. That's the job that I really always wanted. That's my dream job. Yes, Alabama might be your dream job, but guess what? Michigan is my dream job. Everybody ain't the same. Everybody don't have the same biases as an OSU fan, and everybody doesn't have the same biases as a Michigan fan. Some people grew up in different eras. They didn't grow up in the late 20th, the late 2000s. Like, I was born in 2010. That's all I saw. Most of these dudes are older. They saw a lot. So the team that you love and grew up on, it's probably not the teams that they grew up on and really have passion for and have respect for. It's different. I can get deep with it, but let's just move on. So, championship week last week. Let's get into it. We had some surprises. The Ohio State Buckeyes came up short. Josh, tell us why you lost, man.
Okay. First of all, because y'all like to think that Buckeye fans don't like to give props to people for whatever strange reason, props to Indiana for that win, right? They came, they played, they did their fucking thing, right? There are some criticisms that I definitely had for Indiana after the fact, but the fact of the matter is they came, they won. They did what they had to do. With that being said, My criticisms lie on the fact that Tegra fucking played in the game at all. I fucking hate Tegra Chabot at this point. Like, why
Who's
is
that?
he playing over our right guard?
77 the guard.
Why he's playing over Gabe Van Sickle at this point? At any point, if it happens during the playoffs, I will be sick. I will be sick. Him and Jaden Fielding. I said it before. At this point, bro, I need y'all off my team. I need y'all off my team, fam.
He was money. He was money in the
all
playoffs.
year. Yeah, all year. Yeah.
But when it counts the most, it's wide left. Like, what is happening right now? What are you doing?
He had some big kicks in the championship, I think.
But yeah, no, I guess I would apologize to Indiana for being misunderstood about their game, right? Like, they were a little bit better than what I said they were, which is perfectly fine. We'll just show them what's up if we see them in the playoffs. That's all. Go Bucks.
So you just planning on doing them like Oregon. Y'all did Oregon last year. It's everything gonna happen the same as last year. That's what y'all
got to make it all the way there this year to get them back though. Y'all got to make the championship to get a chance to back at them. Or both of y'all would have to make the championship.
I was about to say, don't do that to us and then not do that to them.
Both of them would have to make the championship for them to meet up again.
Okay, so then let me ask the panel this. Our first game is Texas A&M or Miami. Do y'all have either one of them beating us?
A&M maybe, Miami no.
I don't.
Interesting.
I don't have either one of them.
Miami
of course,
might give y'all nightmares.
A&M can't stop anybody, and no, I don't think either one of those teams can beat Ohio State.
So here, I don't want to skip ahead because I want to talk about the championship game. But if we're talking the matchup with Ohio State and Texas A&M specifically, if they have athletes on defense that can get pressure on Julian Sand, I think
Miami does.
Right? The telltale sign of that is that we got 10 points versus Indiana. We have 14 points versus Texas. Athletes on defense that can get pressure on the quarterback. You can stifle that offense to a certain degree. Can you keep them down the entire playoffs? I don't think so. But for one game, when Marcel Reed's got it going, if you can slow them down to any real degree, you can create some separation on Ohio. It's just, do you have the athletes on defense to pressure them is really what it comes down to playing them right now. If you can't, then you're dead in the water.
I'm absolutely not trying to talk about this, L. Let's move on to the playoffs, baby.
No.
That was a week ago.
Indiana.
That was a week ago.
That
was a week ago. We don't care about that no more.
We do a recap every week, Josh. Don't run.
That was forever ago. That's old news.
Don't run from your recap.
Look, I told y'all what it is. Like I said, I apologize to Indiana. Props to you. We're going to get it back in blood in the playoffs.
Oh, come on. We're recapping. Go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, I thought it was an impressive game. I thought they had a good game plan. I thought homeboy Pounds had a it was tough at times, but he didn't quit playing. Like that's a good game film to show young corners about playing elite receivers. You're going to give up some good plays. You might even give up a TD. Don't stop playing. Because if they didn't have some of those plays that he made in that game, especially in the second half, there's no way they would have won it. Right. And there were times where Ohio State felt like they were like, all right, no, we're not going to lose this way. Get the ball to Jeremiah Smith. They were able to stifle the run in the second half and make them one-dimensional, though. And I think that played into Indiana's favor. Can somebody else along in the playoffs do that to them? We'll see. We'll see. I don't necessarily think it'll happen in their first game, but it is something that's on tape now, right? If you take the run away from them and you can get some sort of pressure. Also, I think at times in that game, Julian Sand went back to, all right, let me get the ball out quick over. Let's take the shots, right? Against us, it was like, no, sit in his pocket and throw the Hauser, throw the H-bomb. But in this game, he was a little bit more cautious with the ball. I think he's better when he slings it, man. I think he's a lot better when he plays with reckless abandon. Can you get him that comfortable in the early situations? Because it didn't happen that way necessarily against Indiana. They weren't able to consistently move the ball, and then special teams didn't help him either. So Shout out to Indiana. Shout out to Mendoza, who I expect to be the Heisman winner. Shout out to Signetti. I mean, getting this team to this point, even though I do still expect there to be a season in there where Kirk actually has to build up the program. I think a lot of what he's done over the last 2 seasons has been based on the portal. That 2 really good portal quarterbacks. But right now, it's still impressive, man. It's amazingly impressive to beat the number 1 team in the country in your conference championship on your way to a 13-0 season. There's no way of getting around that. You better Google the man.
Question for you and everybody else, I guess. Do we also feel like this was a much more conservative play calling on the offensive side for Ryan Day and the offense as a whole?
Compared to our game? Sure.
Than we've at least seen in games leading up to it?
Well, the thing is, Signetti in that Indiana defense, they forced him to change his game plan. They started having to move the pocket and stuff like that. You know, they had to start doing like speed outs and things like that. They couldn't just drop back like you normally do because you couldn't block. You couldn't block Indiana. So now they forced Ryan Day's hand. Okay, what's your next move? Because this one ain't gonna work. You're gonna have to do something else. Indiana forced their will on y'all. So sad.
My opinion on the game is simple. I'm coming into the game, you know, I thought Ohio State would win this game by double digits. I just thought at some point, you know, the talent would catch up with Indiana. And you could tell by my statement earlier, I still believe that. I still believe no matter who wins between Oklahoma and Alabama, that they'll beat Indiana. I hope I'm wrong, actually, but I think that's the case. In this game, I just think Kurt Signetti obviously and clearly outcoached Ryan Day. He and his staff did a masterful job of scheming up, especially on defense. What they did on defense, I thought was really good, especially since, you know, not having the horses that Ohio State has. You know, they really had to be the game plan, really. You know what I mean? They did get a great individual performances, you know, out of a couple guys, and that corner was really good. By the way, I think JJ ended up with like 144 yards, but a lot of those yards came on that last like Hail Mary that he ended up catching somehow.
Yeah.
So, you know, if it's not for that, then I think he's just under 100 yards. So I think that Indiana is a problem. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be easy for any of those teams. It's not going to be easy for Oklahoma or Alabama to, you know, beat them. Even though I think either one of them will. Because Kurt Signetti is he's a great football mind. It's that simple. He's a great football mind. I underestimated Signetti year 1. I won't do it again. I underestimated him coming into this game. But he's really shown me something. He schemed up Dan Lanning. He schemed up Ryan Day. And both times, you know, he got victories. And a lot of people, you know, even this person here is saying that, you know, we played terrible because, like, bro, like you were forced to play terrible. It wasn't just that you played terrible. They made you play terrible. Sure, some of that was self-inflicted. Everybody in every game had some self-inflicted wounds too, but for the most part, Indiana forced you guys into a bad game. That's, you know, it just is what it is. Maybe next time your game plan is better. It could happen that way. Maybe next time your athletes are just better. It could happen because they only have 7 blue chip players on that team. Right. So it could happen. But that night they schemed you up, and it's not about how terrible y'all played. Why everybody played terrible all of a sudden? Like, come on, man. Like, y'all gotta stop it. Cut it out, bro. It's football and things happen. And on that night, Kurt Signetti was better than your coach.
That's a foreign concept to a Buckeye fan.
Bryce Underwood just played terrible. It wasn't the Ohio State defense. It was just
he just played terrible. It was a bad game by the quarterback.
Terrible. It wasn't y'all.
Yeah.
It wasn't y'all.
Did y'all hear me while I was talking? Why do y'all do that?
We ain't talking to you, not you. We talking to the
not you, Josh. But look at your fellow fans. Actually, you forced us to play terrible. Like, listen, Ohio State's never lost a game in their career. Never. No team has ever beat them. It's either the refs, kind of stallions, or they beat themselves. That's it. Shout to the six. Shout to the six reasonable OSU fans in the whole world. Josh, you one of them. Thank you. Because they never lose. But yet, we can say Texas beat themselves then. Oh, we can't say that. That was just too good. See, like, hypocrites, bro. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Indiana proved that they belong. Because even myself, I thought they were going to lose that game. What Cignetti showed is that he has built a certain toughness that you need to win to compete for a national championship. And it was on full display last Saturday. Now, by it, OSU is a super talented team. This team can still win the Natty. Those are the facts. The facts are the facts, right? But check this out. The three best teams they played this year, Texas, Washington, and Indiana. Your three lowest scoring outputs of the season. 14, 24, and 10. I'm just saying, why is it that when there's a team that's solid on both sides, that just don't look that great? Those are the facts. Those are the three. Everybody else was cacadoodle. Even us. We know that. So
wait, what were the three games again?
Indiana, Texas, Washington, and Indiana. And you guys ran away late in the Washington game. It was only 7-6 at halftime. It was only 7-6 at halftime until they gave you that. The dude, he hugged Julian saying, 15 yards, your career's over. Bro, like, what the roughing the passer on that? Come on, man. That's it. The bottom line is this. Indiana could compete with anybody. That's what it is. Ohio State, if you're an Ohio State fan, as much as I hate y'all, as much as I hate your fan base, everything, we talking ball here. They probably still the favorites to win it all. Ohio State. Now, will they? That's a different question, but it's still going to be tough to beat Ohio State again, right? Especially if Indiana got a plan. We know beating the same team twice is always tough. But this year, there's better teams in the playoffs. And A&M and Miami on paper, those are blowouts for you guys. But guess what? You don't win games on paper. Those would be interesting, especially if it's A&M, because y'all playing in the Cotton Bowl. So if A&M wins, that's going to pretty much be a home game for them. Even though y'all do travel well, don't get me wrong. That's another thing I give y'all. As much as I hate y'all, and I will always say that I hate y'all, but y'all travel. OSU fan base travels. They're a bunch of damn cockroaches. They just everywhere. So that it is what it is, but that'll be interesting. But I don't think A&M got the dogs on defense to hold you guys. They on offense, I think they'll be able to move the ball. How much points they'll score depends, because no team has even scored 20 points on your defense this year. No team is yet to score 20 points. So that shit is impressive. Even if you got a cacadoodle schedule, bro. Because that's not easy to do. So, shout to both teams. I think Ohio State and Indiana are hands down the two best teams in America. And I will not be surprised if they meet again in the national championship.
Yeah. And shout out to Indiana, even shout out to OSU at this point. Who cares? But when watching that game, the thing that impressed me, like I was saying, was you can not like it. It don't matter to me. We talking football. We talking X's and O's. Indiana forced OSU to switch up their game plan when it came to passing it. They did. They forced Ryan Day to do that, to look at something else. And then, what really surprised me, and Josh, maybe you can tell me, Ohio State ran a trick play in that late in that game. I don't know
pass.
the last time I've seen Ohio State run a trick play in a big.
Yeah, that
game.
was a little confusing. I didn't feel like me.
That's how I know he had Ryan Day in
That's
a
fair.
blender a little bit. Like, yeah, I don't want to drop back normal. Let me try something. Let me try
Sprint out
something.
fast
I
on
want
4th and
this
1.
game. I want this game. So that's when I knew, like, yeah, Indiana's defensive coordinator got them in a blender today. So it is what it is. Will Ohio State get payback? Wait and see as the college football playoff turns.
The answer is yes.
Let's see who we got next. Georgia, Bama. Georgia dominates Bama. Kirby Smart gets that Alabama monkey off his back, so to speak. And this was control butt whooping 101. Y'all ain't about to mess us up. And for me, I think Georgia might be playing some of the best ball. I think a break actually hurts them because I think they playing their best ball of the year right now. I like Indiana's playing great. Of course, they're undefeated, beat Ohio State, but I'm not sure Georgia's not playing the best ball of anybody right now. Go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, there's no such thing as an Alabama monkey. It's a Nick Saban monkey, and that thing left out of the door a couple years ago. So I think Kirby is got it together there in the SEC, reclaiming the throne. I think I agree with Johnny that Georgia's playing the most dangerous ball. Other than Indiana, I guess you got to give Indiana their respect. They beat Ohio State in their conference championship game. Outside of that, Georgia probably looks the most impressive to me in the top 5. It's going to be interesting to see how they sustain it, because you made a good point about them having that first bye. You can be lulled into kind of being how Oregon was, right? They came out very flat in that Rose Bowl game against Ohio State last year. You would hope that, you don't have to hope. Kirby's a pretty obsessive guy in terms of studying the game, that seeing what happened to Dan last year off of their bye as opposed to actually playing in the first round. It's a difference. So maybe I don't know what you do different. You don't necessarily want to scrimmage that close to a playoff game, but have something else to keep the guys alert, ready to go, ready to play. That's why they pay them the big bucks, right? So it's going to be tough to keep that level up while you're not playing, but they are a dangerous team. I probably wouldn't want to play them early.
M3.
Yeah, so this game proves to me why I believe that Alabama shouldn't be in the playoff. Sure, they beat Georgia earlier in the season, fine, but they also have a wicked loss, bro. They lost to Florida State, bro, who can't beat anybody by multiple scores. They lost bad. And I know, like, people want to hang on to this week 1 thing. Like, I saw somebody say that, Texas held Ohio State to 14 in week 1. Yeah, they did. And it is week 1, but also, why are we playing the game then if we're just going to say it's week 1?
Right.
Like, so what? Still go out there and play football, bro. Win the game. It's that simple. At least Ohio State won the game. No matter how many points they scored, they won the game, and they held the other team to less points than they had. So there's that. Also, this is where I thought it was really funny, and this is why the committee is a joke to me. Whoa. It's a joke team. Ohio State played in their conference championship game. They lost by 3 points. Count them. 1, 2, 3 points.
Preach.
Right? And they fell from number 1 to number 2. Right? They came in number 1, they lost, they fell to number 2. Makes sense to me. Yep. Although I would have had them drop to number 4 just because the other teams won their conference championship games. I know I don't like Ohio State, but it has nothing to do with that. All right, either way. Then Alabama came in number 9, got blown off the field. They lost by 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 touchdowns. And stayed number 9. Bro, stop the presses. How do you explain that? You have to explain it, bro. There's no way that you can't justify this now. Like somebody brought up earlier, you barely beat Auburn. Sure, you won the game, so barely. We don't want to necessarily hear barely, but although we don't want to necessarily hear barely, that committee went into there and pounded the table for Alabama to be number 9 because they had the guts to go for it on 4th and 2 against 5 and 7 Auburn. Kick fucking rocks, bro. Explain it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Number 9 goes into the week. Number 9 gets blown off the field. They leave the week. Number 9. Number 1, who hasn't allowed more than 13 points all season. 13
17.
points. 17. I'm sorry. Okay, 17 points. The most they've allowed all season. They're beating the brakes off of everybody they play. They go into their conference championship game, lose barely. Here we go with that word again. And you tell me that they can drop, but Alabama can't. Who the hell is Alabama? Who are they paying, bro? Who do they have dirty pictures of? Because this makes zero sense to me. And then, you know, of course, the fallout is, of course, Notre Dame gets left out of playoff, which I thought was pretty hilarious, even though I would have put them in the playoff. But them not making it is plenty funny to me.
Oh, yeah.
That said, about this game, Georgia dominated Alabama in every way that mattered. Georgia looks like, to me, the second best team in America.
Who's the first?
Unfortunately, that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus.
Whoa.
So then you think is better?
Do
than
results on the field matter?
They do. But I've already explained to you. I think Indiana's going to lose the first time they get on the field in the playoff.
Oh, well.
Wow.
Either one of those teams is going to scrape Indiana, in my opinion.
You ain't Googling enough.
I'm not.
You think Oklahoma's going to scrape Indiana if they
Absolutely.
win?
Absolutely.
I don't know if I can get with that. Mateer ain't that good.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's the beauty. Georgia, Alabama. Yeah, without a doubt, I think Georgia's trending in the right direction. I think last year, even winning the SEC championship, they lost Carson Beck in that game. And yes, Gunnar Stockton came in relief, but I think it was a little too late. And they end up losing a close game to Notre Dame in the quarterfinals. But now I think they got it together. They have a consistent run game and they have a decent pass game. What they did to Alabama was man, they put them in the infirmary. Wow, that was ugly. They threw them on the grill, no seasoning. We ain't got time. You just going right in there. So shout to Alabama. I mean, Georgia, excuse me. And, you know, Kirby's the best coach in football for a reason, man. He got his guys playing, even though one of his starting linemen and another player got caught shoplifting. I guess that NIL money ain't hitting in Georgia like it is in other colleges. But we'll see what comes out of that. But on the field right now, man, Georgia is a team that you really don't want to see. And it's looking like Michigan. It's looking like Ohio State and Georgia is on the collision course for the semifinals. I think that's what we all hope happens, and we'll see. But just shout to Georgia, man. They just handle business. Everybody joked on them for the Georgia Tech. They don't got offense, bro. It just win. That's what matters. And you saw what they did to Alabama. So we'll see what they do in the playoffs. They play the win of Ole Miss Tulane.
So y'all know how I feel about the SEC.
Here we go.
And this is a perfect game between two teams that I just don't know about for sure. Because both of them, you don't know which team you're going to get. Like with both of them, literally. Georgia, when you get the good Georgia, they're liable to beat anybody. They're just a really solid team on both sides of the ball. If Gunnar Stockton can get it going, he can get 3-4 touchdowns. It's a tough game for anybody. When that doesn't happen and their offense looks shaky, they're having struggles with fucking Georgia Tech, Auburn, Florida. They're having struggles versus teams that they should not be struggling with. And so if that's the team that I'm facing, good night. It's easy money. But I don't know which team I want to get. Bama is the same thing, right? If Bama comes out looking the way that they should, they're beating 4 ranked teams in a row. Or they're losing to Florida State week 1, or they're losing to teams that they shouldn't be. As far as I'm concerned, I would gladly take either one of those teams because at the very least I can hope that, first of all, Ohio State's firing on all cylinders, and Georgia and Oklahoma or Georgia and Alabama look like the shit team that they've looked like during the season. So that's easy money. But shout out to Georgia. You know, when the stuff gets going, they make a way to win an SEC game. Good for them.
Oh, Josh, stop it. Okay. Do y'all want to talk about this BYU and then the ACC and then the Big 12? Y'all want to talk
Let's at least talk about
We
BYU.
could run through it. We could just run through it.
issue.
Because Texas Tech is for real.
Let me talk about BYU real quick. Let me talk about BYU real fast. So, y'all marched through most of it. Ohio State loses in their conference championship game, they in. Alabama losing their conference championship, they in. Who else am I missing? Who else lost in the conference championship? Who else was the
Virginia
BYU?
lost to Duke.
Virginia, but Virginia was 7-5. Virginia, you don't deserve to
Duke
be in the
was 7-5.
7-5.
Yeah, Virginia wasn't 7-5.
Virginia was the one. They were 10-2. They ended up 10-3. Now maybe
Playoffs.
Virginia had an argument, maybe if they'd have won the game, but they didn't. Duke won it. Duke won it. So I don't want to hear Duke should have been in there. How did BYU, right? They've lost 2 games. One of them was a conference championship game. It's the same game to the top 5 rated Texas Tech Red Raiders. How they end up all the way ass out? We arguing about Miami and Notre Dame. I'm sorry. Was Miami in their conference championship game? Was Notre Dame in there? No, they weren't because they don't have a fucking conference. Why were we arguing Miami, Notre Dame when we had a perfect situation to leave both of them out and put BYU in a spot that they really earned throughout the season? In my estimation, if we're keeping with the same logic that got OSU only dropping a spot, they got Alabama to stay in, right? How do we rationalize putting a 3-loss Bama that lost in an embarrassing fashion in the SEC championship game, right, in over BYU, who's only lost to one team all season? They ain't have no slip up versus a goddamn Florida in the middle of the season that they have to atone for. They've been dominant outside of the Texas Tech game. So where's their reprieval? Where's their we can't punish them for losing the conference championship game?
BYU was going to get smoked by any playoff team, so there was no point.
Don't mean it was supposed to be in. Most of the teams in the first round are getting smoked. That don't mean they shouldn't have been there by the rules that were set.
Yeah, I mean, if we put Tulane and James Madison in,
what are we doing here?
I don't know. I know Texas Tech looks good. Like,
they do.
They look pretty good. Like, I gotta give them credit.
Solid, flying around.
Yeah, should have lost to them, knock you out of the playoff, and that's all you've lost to all season.
Yeah, but who do you play? The conference comes into play. Who have you played?
Well, they in the same conference that Texas Tech just won. So if they conference ain't shit, then how are we rewarding Texas Tech?
They won the conference.
Right, but you brought up the point. You brought up the point of who do you play? They played the same people Texas Tech played.
I know, but
ACC ain't
Texas
shit
Tech
either.
won it. Okay. My point was they wasn't trying to knock out teams based off of losing in championship games. So that the conversation after BYU loss immediately went to Miami and Notre Dame, which was it was wrong to me because if this is about conference championships, they were in it. They played an extra game. Miami was at home, Notre Dame at home, always. Notre Dame's always at home at championship weekend.
I mean,
yeah, Duke should have been in the running.
This is nothing new though. What have they been calling the playoffs since the 14? The Alabama Invitational. That's what they've been calling it. So this really ain't nothing new, and it shouldn't be a surprise that they threw Bama in. Should it?
Hashtag Duke.
No.
Should it? No.
It's not that surprising. I'm just I'm up on the logic. Yeah, it's infuriating how they're trying to explain it.
Got you. I got you. And you picked this one, didn't you, Marcus? The Duke, Virginia. You picked Duke to win, didn't you?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well,
I have no clue.
Duke took Virginia to overtime and beat them, which I didn't expect, but people that play closer attention to Duke said that this could happen. So, any thoughts on this game? Anyone? My bad,
bro.
I don't know if you got any thoughts.
Duke got robbed. Duke should have made the playoffs.
Duke got robbed is crazy.
All right, let's get to this. Let's get to this then. Bam! First matchup, playoffs. Playoffs? Yes, playoffs. Bama at Oklahoma. You know, Bama has DeBoer. Michigan is sending. Shout out to my Game of Thrones folks. They sending Ravens. They sending private jets. they sending everything to get him to Michigan while he's trying to prepare for a playoff game. Now you got Venables with Mateer. You know, people were saying he was on the hot seat. He needs this win. This is a win that builds some momentum. And I believe Ty Simpson is he out for this game?
He had a
the
back
back.
thing, right? He herniated a disc or something like that.
Yeah, I'm
It hasn't been. He hasn't been ruled out yet. He's probably going to be a game time decision.
Got you. So that's kind of the setup for it. What y'all thinking? What y'all got? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Josh. Or Maniac. Go ahead. It don't matter.
Oh yeah. No. Look. This is a rematch from a game early in the season. Oklahoma went into Tuscaloosa and got it done, man. Oklahoma probably, bro, if they had a competent offense, Oklahoma probably win it all this year. That's just how good their defense is. They fast, they physical, but they just can't score. They struggle. Now, mind you, they have an athletic quarterback, but they lean too much on Mateer. Hence why you have to get the surgery early because of getting battered. And, when they can't make a play, they find a way for him to do it. So if Oklahoma just could find a running game and just a consistent passing game, then, bro, they could compete with anybody in the playoffs. But anyway, we're talking about this game. Alabama's limping into this game, bro. They got no running backs. All they running backs on the infirmary. Like, it's bad. Now, Ty Simpson, we don't know what's his situation. They're going to go into Norman, Oklahoma, and possibly with a backup quarterback, no running game, and beat Oklahoma. Bro, if that happens, Oklahoma fans just hide for 2 years because that would be just straight embarrassing, honestly. There's no reason they should lose. But then again, it's football. And anything can happen on any given Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because this game is on Friday. But I'm going to expect Oklahoma to be Oklahoma. Gritty, scratch, claw, rely on their defense for field position, and eventually Oklahoma put up points. And they at home, and it's a night game. Again, we know it's hard to beat the same team twice in the same season, so Oklahoma will be going for that. But I'm leaning towards Oklahoma in this game. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I'm going somewhere of the realm of like about 24-13 kind of game.
Got you. All right, Josh, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you already know how I feel about Alabama, and everything that Maniac said about Oklahoma is facts. I feel like if Ty Simpson even does play, he won't probably be 100%. That has me feeling a little bit shaky about his contribution to this game. Therefore, I think Oklahoma does probably win this game as well. But then they go on and get beat by Indiana.
Agree.
Okay. And 3, can you do some for me?
Hey, nah. Okay, so I originally was gonna pick Alabama to win this game, but I do think with the injuries that they're dealing with Kalen DeBoer's mine in Ann Arbor, that Venables in this defense might clean them up. So I think I'm gonna take Oklahoma in this one, in a close-ish game, 23-13, something like that, maybe a late touchdown at the end for Oklahoma. And then you will talk about whatever happens after that. But I think both of these teams beat Indiana. I'm sorry.
Marcus, did you go, Marcus?
No.
You didn't.
Yeah, surprisingly, I agree with Josh. I do think Oklahoma
Surprisingly,
wins
it's
this
crazy.
game. No, surprisingly. I think they win this game and probably lose to Indiana. Starting with the Oklahoma Alabama. there's a slither of opportunity for Alabama to really put a monkey wrench in Oklahoma because they have trouble running the ball as well. They kind of got the same issues. Can Alabama's defense disrupt Mateer if he has to throw the ball 40, 50 times in a game like we know Oklahoma's defense can do to Ty Simpson, a limited Ty Simpson? That's why I say there's a tiny window, right? Because if you can make them one-dimensional, maybe Ty is a little bit healthier than we're anticipating right now. They're able to move the ball a little bit, score touchdowns instead of field goals. Now you put Oklahoma in a weird spot because they already can't run the ball proficiently if it's not from the quarterback position. And now we have to throw the ball because we're behind. That's Alabama's window of opportunity as I see it. I don't think that's the likely way to go. I think it's more likely that Alabama's offense shows weaknesses early because of the injury at the quarterback position, which should give Oklahoma a better opportunity to score, better field position, more possessions in the first half, I would imagine. So as long as they are able to score, Oklahoma shouldn't have a problem winning this game. If it's a 17-13 game going into the second half, it's anybody's game. But I'll lean Oklahoma and then probably losing to Indiana. Now, well, no, I guess we're not talking all the way through the bracket, so that's where I'm at.
No, we'll have another show before the other games.
Bet.
But yeah, that was this is Mateer, John Mateer. This is what you went to Oklahoma for.
Yeah.
You know, you had your injury, you know, you came back early and then y'all found a way to make the playoff. This is what you went there for, to be on that big stage in the playoff, a chance to win the championship. It don't matter what any of us say. This is your chance to win a championship. You win the playoff. You know what I'm saying? So it's on him he's probably going to have to put them on his back. He probably is, you know, but you got a defense that you can also lean on too. You know, I think it is going to be harder for Bama. As long as Mateer doesn't turn it over, I think it's going to be harder for Bama to win this game, especially not being able to run the ball, all the injuries. And then if Ty Simpson is also out and DeBoer is texting Michigan at halftime.
Hey, that's going to be so funny, right? Because it's going to turn from, Alabama better than Michigan to Alabama pushing DeBoer out the back damn door if they get blown out to Michigan.
Yeah. Those Alabama fans are going to be brutal. No matter blowout or not, they lose, they're going to be brutal. Trust me.
Speaking of halftime, real quick, and I'm sorry to go back here, but I got to. Did y'all hear what my man was doing at halftime of the Ohio State game?
I don't think that was real. We was talking about that in the beginning, how people are reporting stuff. Yeah, I don't think that was real.
All right. It better not be real.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's move on.
Let's move.
I didn't hear it. Hit the group chat with that information. I want to laugh.
No.
You gotta
Is
say
that true? Johnny, I see somebody put in the chat Pavio won the Heisman. Is that true?
I'm
so
mad.
For Heisman, I think.
For Heisman. All right.
Yeah,
I'll be sick.
They start at 8:00, right?
Is it tonight?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, I didn't know.
Oh yeah. And another topic I wanted to bring up. I know Josh is gonna like this. Mekhi Lee wins the Biletnikoff. He couldn't have won that award because we know the best receiver is in Columbus. Nobody can win an award if he's the best, even though his numbers aren't better than Mekhi Lee. He should still win the award, right? Right?
Why they don't respect me, bro?
So he should win it, right? Is it just me?
Are you gonna put me on stage? I'm gonna say what I want to say, but put me on stage.
You don't need to be on stage to address this.
Bulletin board material. He
Lord.
is going to dominate the playoffs, boy. What are we talking about? You just made
I think this is where
AJ Smith mad. You won't like him when he's mad. We got the blueprint. What's up?
This is where we separate as fan bases, or at least I think, in the way that I think about it. If I saw my best player on my team, right, tweeting about how upset he was that he didn't get an individual award while we're on a playoff run, that would make me feel away. Like, damn, it's hurting you that much that you didn't get the Biletnikoff, big dog. Like you're not satisfied with the great season you've already had and still being able to compete. Mekhi Lemon ain't competing in shit. Mekhi Lemon is putting dents in the couch right now. That's what I would take pride over that as a competitor. At least that's how I would posture myself.
That would be a very fair point if I didn't see Jeremiah Smith be a team player multiple times throughout this season.
I didn't say he wasn't a team player. I'm saying what's the main thing here? Like, what's important?
No, that's fine. I agree. You didn't say that. I'm saying that would concern me if I didn't see that, right? But I have seen him consider the team over himself plenty of times to where that's not a concern for me. That's all I meant.
Yeah, I didn't say he was a team dancer or no shit like that. I'm just saying.
I know. So do you believe he deserves? Like, keep it 100. Keep it real. Come on,
Johnny. We went through this.
Come on,
we went through this. Of course,
we didn't do it over here though.
Of course, Jeremiah Smith should have won the Biletnikoff.
You believe that wholeheartedly?
Yes,
he deserved it more than Mekhi Lee.
Fam, even if we're going off stats, the stats are so similar. And one of them has a second wide receiver on the team that's going to have 1,000 yards by the end of the season.
So they're similar if you track all the way through championship weekend. If you stop in the regular season, Mekhi Lemon had 1,100 yards in the regular season. Jeremiah Smith had like 920.
But that tells me that Mekhi Lemon didn't help his team get to that level.
Oh,
yo, stop it, bro. Stop it.
Reaching.
Stop it.
That wasn't a little bit. That wasn't a reach. Okay, it may have been a little reach, a tiny reach, but it's facts. It's facts. Facts.
Look, I don't have no dog in the fight, obviously, but
right.
I think if we're talking individual awards, stats is all that matters, right? How good your team did doesn't matter to the Biletnikoff or the Remington or the O'Brien or anything like that. You got to win in those statistical categories. And he didn't do that. Now, you had an interesting point that it's not the same kind of dynamic with the receivers on the roster at USC as it is at Ohio State. That's a point to be made, but that just means that you're not having a Biletnikoff type season or not a top season, a Biletnikoff winning season.
Well, then, okay, so then I also add to the fact is, what is the Biletnikoff award? Is it for the best receiver? Like,
I think it's the best receiver statistically.
That year. So look, we know the argument. No one is arguing who's the better receiver. We know Jeremiah Smith is the better receiver, but this year he was better, right? LeBron James was the best player in the league for how many years? Did he win the MVP every year? Does it mean he wasn't the best player in the league? Just that player played better that year, but he was still the best. So I think at the end of the day, if you're Ohio State, it's like, all right, it's no robbery. I don't want to hear he was robbed of the award. It's not like they had some other receiver win it that we like, who's that? Mekhi Lemon was a beast, bro. He's a future first-round receiver, just like Jeremiah Smith is. This year, he deserved it. And I know some people, he missed a game and a half, but he also played an extra game in the Big Ten championship, right? So we could play that game. So at the end of the day, Lemon, to me, was just a little better. Not just barely, but I'm okay with it. I wouldn't say robbery. If you felt Jeremiah Smith deserved the award, I'm not going to argue with you and say you're wrong. But I don't want to hear that it was robbed. They robbed Jeremiah Smith. He wasn't robbed of the award. It was close. It was neck and neck. But again, we know Jeremiah Smith is the better receiver overall. We're not arguing that. We're just arguing about we debating, on who should have won the award. And I think they got it right, man. So, it is what it is. And like, I don't know who said it. I'm pretty sure Mekhi Lemon would like to switch. Say, yo, if I could play in the playoffs, you could win that award. I'd rather compete for the biggest trophy of the year. So that's what matters at the end of the day. So we'll see.
I wholeheartedly agree with everything you just said. I don't care about the Biletnikoff award, but Johnny keeps asking me this question to troll me. He's going to keep asking me this question to troll me.
He's
That's all
pushing
it
your
is.
buttons, Josh. He's pushing the buttons.
The second time in 2 days that he's asked me this question.
Oh, my bad. But look, I just wanted to throw. I thought it was a good topic. Trying to find topics for the show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
But
Wasn't
tonight is
Shabula up
tonight.
for the Remington?
Okay,
Who?
let's move on to the next game.
Okay, we're going to the Heisman now. Another one of your players. We going to the Heisman. Who we got? Mendoza.
Hold on.
What?
How we do Alabama, Oklahoma? Now we doing awards. What happened
That's
to the
the
other
only game.
games?
We got an
No. We. So, Josh, remember, the reason we did Oklahoma, Alabama is because that game is going to be on Friday. We won't be able to do a show. You understand?
Okay.
That's why. And then Saturday, we got 3 games. So we'll do our regular show on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we'll give who we think is going to win it all then.
Exactly.
All right,
So
fair enough.
we got Julian saying up for the Heisman. Fernando Mendoza.
Mendoza.
No,
Diego.
it's
We won the
Diego.
whole flipping thing.
There
We won
you
the
go.
whole flipping thing.
Yo, there's a lot of Latin flavor in the Heisman race. You know it ain't good if you got Spanish people up there for the Heisman.
Hey,
I'm
bro.
sorry. Not saying we can't play sports, but come on, for the Heisman, that's crazy.
Yo.
He said we should be up there for the golden boot, not the.
We need a grammatical brother up there.
Oh,
Martin Grammatica, he used to do the celebrating and he hurt himself.
Crazy.
And then we got Jeremiah Love for Notre Dame. We didn't make the playoff. I quit. If he don't win, he might. If he don't win the Heisman, he might retire.
Yo,
I'm
We
hearing
never
rumblings.
got a chance to talk about Notre Dame doing that.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the fact that they pieced out on the bowl game.
Oh, we'll do it
would
right
y'all
after
like to
this.
see them
Right
beat
after
Notre
the
Dame bowl
Heisman
game?
favorites, we'll speak about Notre Dame.
Bet.
Mendoza won the Heisman.
Who?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. It hasn't been given out, chat.
I know.
But what I'm saying is he won the Heisman by beating Ohio State in that championship game.
Yeah.
That the second half of that game, he was a better quarterback. He had the lone touchdown pass in the second half of that game, right? Saying's touchdown came in the first half. Yeah, I just think he was the steadier quarterback in the second half. That was a high profile game, the most high profile game that actually included Heisman candidates. And I think he won it in front of America that night.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Josh, I think we all agree last Saturday that the winner of OSU Indiana, the quarterback, probably is going to win the Heisman. Now, again, Mendoza numbers weren't, eye-popping against OSU, but he was clutch. And he made the plays when he needed. He did it against the number 1 defense in America, who's on in a historic pace. And he did it in the dome. It was in bad weather. He did it when he needed to. So I think he deserves it again. This is a horrible Heisman class. I'm not saying these guys are not talented, but based on what we've seen from previous years, this is like, it's kind of cacadoodle, honestly. But I'm gonna go Mendoza. I think it's probably unanimous with that. But all these players are talented, man. Pavia, he took Vanderbilt 10-2. Julian Sayin could take his team to back-to-back natty. And Jeremiah Love, who's probably gonna be the first running back off the board in April's upcoming draft.
Got you. Go ahead, Josh. Make your case. Make your case for Julian Sayin to win this Heisman for the Bucknuts.
It's not going to happen. I've come to terms with the fact that it's probably not going to happen for Julian Sayin. It's perfectly fine. I am trying to bet on the Heisman right now that it's not going to be Mendoza, just because it's really good odds. Just throwing out there. Get money with Josh.
You got your pick.
Get money with Josh.
Get money with Josh. Look, I'm only taking it because look, if he doesn't win the Heisman, I'm getting cake. I'm getting money. So
He's
if
the
he wins
favorite.
it, great for him. I've liked Mendoza all season. That's great for him. But if he doesn't, I'm cashing out.
Yeah.
What, for Mendoza to not win it?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Just throwing that out there.
Get money with Josh. That one was for free, y'all. But I guess you can stay up there, Josh. Notre Dame. Not
Damn, we
accepting
can talk about the
bowl.
Heisman.
Oh, my bad, Mark.
Damn.
My bad.
Jesus. Mendoza. We ain't even got to belabor it. It's Mendoza.
That's all he wanted to say.
Yeah.
Well, you can stay up there and give your
Cool.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'll start off the next one. What are we talking about now?
Notre Dame. Being some
Oh,
hoes.
yeah. Okay.
BS
So first of all, I, for one, since, they've been ducking this for like the last half a decade, I, for one, would have loved to have seen a Notre Dame Michigan bowl game in some real fashion. I think that would have been dope. You know what I'm saying? Both quarterbacks would have played. They're not draft eligible. They're not injured. So we would have got to see Tommy.
Both from Michigan?
Yeah. Both from Michigan. You get to see Carr versus Underwood. I think that would have been a great matchup. Notre Dame picked up all their shit and said, well, if you're not going to let us in the dance, we're just going to go home.
Mm-hmm.
We're going home, and we're taking our touchdown Jesus with us. See, this is why I said when we added the last, the most recent entries to the Big Ten, that we should still ice out Notre Dame, because before this maximum expansion to 18 teams, right? Before we got that far, Michigan had been courting Notre Dame for years. And it was always, oh, well, we got the NBC deal. We got the exclusive NBC deal. The channel belongs to us. Why would we join a conference? Nobody watches those games. Them things showing on cable. They showing on Peacock. And ain't nobody tuning in to watch Notre Dame lose to Northern Illinois. It ain't happening. So now they stuck with a bad TV rights deal where they're making less than the teams who are in the super conferences now, right? That they're still wrapped up into. But now we're even having to give special exceptions for you to be able to even make the playoff in the first place because you refused to join the conference. And so now that you didn't get into the playoff, you're going to hold your seniors who need more game film, your young players who are trying to prep for next year, right? Your coach might ditch you and go to Manhattan to coach, but thank God we held back all these players from continuing to practice and perform and get game film to please somebody in the university's ego. Thank God we held back kids who are training to become professional football players from playing football so that we can serve some master that ain't got nothing to do with football. It's the most anti-competitive thing I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that people are not, I don't feel like we ever really attribute these type of intangible things to coaches when they matter, right? Right now, we throwing around Marcus Freeman's name for coaching jobs in the NFL. In what situation would you be able to do this type of thing in the NFL? Nah, we don't want the wild card. We think we deserve to buy. We're not playing. That's your NFL coach, the guy who takes his shit and leaves with all his players because they're not playing in the game that they wanted to? Crazy.
Go ahead, Mark. I mean, Josh.
Yeah, no, this is just extremely soft move. Oh, we're not going to make the playoffs, so we're leaving. That's soft shit. I think if there's one thing that we can all agree on as Michigan and Ohio State fans is that Notre Dame is extremely soft for this bullshit.
What?
Why would Notre Dame play an exhibition game? That's what bowl games are. You know we talking about college football, right? Like that's what they are. They're all exhibition games. Quiet as it's kept. No, Oregon James Madison is a fucking exhibition. What are you talking about? Most of those games in the first round are exhibitions.
It's not. That shit is soft. That shit is soft. Play the game.
What are you talking about?
I was ignoring homie because he just wants some attention. So many people want attention, man. It's so crazy. You're a grown man sitting behind a computer or your phone screen typing like a super thug. Anyway, I think it's also soft that Notre Dame, picked up their ball and went home. It's very private school of them to do such a thing. Nasty, nasty work. Here's the thing. They put out something that said that the players voted on this. But as I explained on my show, like if the coaches are presenting you with an opportunity to even opt out, it's kind of like they're giving their opinion.
Setting the standard. Yeah,
right.
Setting it.
So then you have like these seniors who are not going to get to play this extra game. Their last time, playing a Notre Dame football game was 2 weeks ago, however long ago they played, right? Instead of going out with possibly a win in a bowl game, whatever it is. And like Marcus said, I thought it would have been a good idea for Michigan and Notre Dame to play a bowl game. It's a lot of history between the two teams. They haven't played in a long time. A lot of people are clamoring for that game again. I also think that this is the sign that Notre Dame has needed and wanted, or not wanted, but the sign that they needed to join a conference. At this point, bro, it's over with. The networks have destroyed the college football that you and your grandfathers loved. All right, like Rudy, all of that shit, that's just dead. All right, it's about getting this money. The networks have proven it, and you guys are still stuck on, oh, well, we play on NBC. So, actually, you play on Peacock.
Peacock.
y'all in the ACC, y'all got a media rights deal. They got a media rights deal with like WB, bro. Whatever is left of that. So, like, you gotta chill, join a conference, and then you wouldn't have this sort of thing happen. Now, here's the crazy part: is I was one that believed you should be in the playoff. I think Notre Dame should be in the playoff. Granted, they lost to both the best teams they played, but they also went on a belt-to-ass spree, a 10-game belt-to-ass spree afterwards. So, I think they should be in the playoff. And that belt-to-ass spree included USC. It included a propped-up, albeit Pitt, a rib cage to feed to Lion. But they did what they were supposed to do, and they won those games 10 straight by double digits, I believe, all of them. So I thought they should be in the playoff, but you know what? ESPN likes the SEC, and so you didn't. Maybe you should have joined the SEC. If you were in the SEC, you'd be in the playoff. I promise you that. If you were in the Big Ten, you'd be in the playoffs. So there you have it.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, just like everybody else said, Indy did a soft move. We didn't make the playoffs, so we're not going to play. We're not going to get our 15 practices. You're not hurting nobody except your fans and your players missing out on practices and stuff. Like that's all you're hurting. You're not hurting anybody else, really. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get the move. They thought, I guess somebody was going to, you can't have the playoff without Notre Dame. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can.
Don't sit over there, Bucko. You ain't won championships, a championship since the 80s. Nobody's missing y'all. Whether y'all in the playoff, not in the playoff. Only one mad is Notre Dame bot and this dude in the chat. There's only two people mad. So that's what I got.
Put up coked out Dan Lanning. That's them right now.
Good.
Boy, coked out Lanning.
Do I got Dan Lanning still? I might have deleted his.
Damn, we got rid of coked out Lanning.
Coke him up.
That's them right now in the chat.
When they saw those rankings,
he looked just like this. He looked like a leprechaun, honestly, right here.
Hey,
they stole my Lucky Charms.
the anger, like he gonna look like he gonna cry.
Yeah, he about to shed a tear. It's crazy.
It's all there, boy.
RK Mangoes is crying right now in the chat. Put me up, pick me up. Pick me up, burn.
Oh man.
What we got left? Josh, do you got Pick'em? Do you got Josh bet with Josh or nah?
I told you, bro. Bet against Mendoza.
Bet against
A small amount will get you a lot. He's clearly the favorite. Throw in like $5 on against Mendoza, and you might win a lot. I'm just throwing that out there. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, besides that, all
SEC
we got left.
bias for the win.
Wow. Wow. Josh, at some point, we want to expand the SEC fans, I think.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. We got Notre Dame and Penn State bots already. You want to add SEC fans? Okay. No, you don't.
As long as that check clear, yes, I do.
Lloyd Banks is battling Conway. What are we talking about?
What?
Banks versus I don't know what's going on with that. What was I gonna say? So the Bama Oklahoma game, who we got?
Give me Oklahoma.
Give me Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm going Oklahoma.
As much as I want to be a contrarian, I'm gonna go Oklahoma too.
Sooner sweet.
Oh, he's talking about something I brought up before we go. Any of y'all, we all about the same age. Did y'all watch Mighty Ducks, the Mighty Ducks movies?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did y'all watch D3, the last one, D3?
No.
Yeah, but I don't really remember it.
I did not.
Yeah.
So sad. So I brought it up on TJ's show about Banks. Charlie is the best player in the last one. And people think it's Adam Banks who was the best in the first two. But in the third one, he's not the best. And me and my homeboy been arguing about this for about 6 years, bro. So don't mind me. Don't mind me, y'all. So I guess that's about it. That's all we got for this one. Any final thoughts or anything from anybody?
Yeah, hashtag Duke got robbed. Ohio State's about to win another championship. Go Bucks.
I actually burn 4-leaf clovers and Lucky Charms nightly in honor and to piss off Notre Dame fans, especially ones in the chat. Arr. Let's go, bro.
Yeah, man. Michigan, find the guy, man. Finding quick. Let's get back on the track. Let's get this train back rolling. Go blue.
Go blue.
Yeah, don't forget tomorrow. I'm not sure what time I'm gonna do the call-in show for tomorrow. It might be probably around 1 o'clock ish. So just be looking out for that. And that's all I got. Hopefully, well, probably not. It's probably Michigan. For Michigan, we probably not gonna get a coach until next week. You know, that's just what it is. It's only been almost 2.5 days.
Better get one before January 2nd.
Got you.
Brian Kelly.
All right, Josh. Appreciate everybody watching the Big College Football Show at 10:45, at 11, at 6 o'clock. Hey,
anything but 11. Anything but 11.
Go Bucks.
Go blue.
Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
Go blue. Blue.
Go Bucks.